Okay. Yeah, so welcome to, I haven't seen most of this demo, so hopefully nothing too crazy happens, but I'm essentially just going to be doing a quick review of an old Swiftwater demo that I had from 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it would be about that, because I believe this was in October, and I was on Memento Mori at the time, and this, after pouring through a few demos, this is like, you're not going to find a Swiftwater POV generally that's going to cover all the points with everything that you'll want to do. So I'll try and make some comments along the way, I guess. And there's two halves to this demo, so I believe it shouldn't be too difficult to get some good data on both. So yeah, let's just get started. I'll turn the volume down a little bit so I can hear properly. By the way, before it gets to defense, we'll keep in mind that this is probably the only map that I don't think I'll do it this season, but running the Rescue Ranger on this map is really powerful, like particularly on second. I'm pretty sure I use it for most points, but it's I'll talk about it when that time comes. Just so I don't have to quickly explain, by the way, as well. I put a telly up right at the start in a corner, which we'll show here. You don't have to keep that in mind. You can put it closer to the entrance of the spawn. I just put it there because Fallen Lord really liked to... if you put it exactly where my telly will be, then he can stand on it and have a sightline through the window. That's a gimmicky sort of play, because Fallen Lord's always looking for that sort of stuff, so... yeah. And I added in the telly gimmick just in case the telly stays alive, so it would be cheaper. Yeah, right there. If he stands on it, then that'll do some cool shit, so pop the mini down. Generally, I like to do some extra stuff, like put up whatever I need to, or wait for traps to die or whatever at the very start, so that the heavy can get on cart. We'll have ×3 on the cart, and I won't die. Because it's too often where the NG just gets killed by stickies and you're just wasting time, so better to have your sniper guarded by anybody. Just not much to talk about here, just stay behind the cart. I think the sniper got a little bit of a glimpse of me at one point. I missed a shot there, that was pretty rough. My movement seems off in this. I feel like my movement was better this season. But yeah, so I suppose I can briefly talk about this. I always put up a dispenser because there's a thing along the way. There's the cart that gives you infinite ammo. You should always make sure to keep that up, because there's lots of times where your sniper or whoever is going to get spammed by a detonator. It's always nice to have that there. You can also kite Ubers pretty effectively into that area. No matter who's in your team, then they can use that dispenser for armor. I also always level it when there's downtime. So, but that mini spot specifically, it's designed to be wide. You should you could probably notice if you ever watch my other POVs that I've always put my minis very wide to wherever I want it to be watching. So that it still watches the angle that I want it to watch, but at the same time it will cause them to have to shoot, like, if you're a hit scam player, then you do less damage to it because you're farther away, or you have to get closer around the corner. If you're a projectile class, then you have to aim a bit higher, and you're not hitting the teammates who are closer to the wall. So, not where Fallen is, but, like, closer to the entrance to tunnel. So, yeah, I would always put your minis wide instead of putting them, like... unless you're actually going for a play here, because I wanted to try and go for a gun, I believe, but I don't think they had one up. Yeah. What I meant by that is generally at that top bridge over there, there's a gun. And I believe I wanted to put a mini down so that it would either shoot me or the mini sentry, and then I could get some extra spam on it, because someone was calling that they were going to spam it a little bit, or I think it was a Joe Enforcer, maybe? I'm not sure, but because it was a while ago, but regardless, if there is a gun there, then whether it's being wrangled or not, then you wrangling your gun or you pistoling their gun, whatever, it's pretty useful. So that's if I can get the space, I will always put the mini up there. But if we're playing more passively, then I'll put it where I put it before. Because the more space you have, the more uncomfortable they get, and the more like little bit of damage you can get. Yeah, now that things are a little less, like I have less space here, then we try and refight it, of course. Yeah, see, this is what I mean by the Wrangler as well. Their soldiers running the cow mangler, so that should be kind of free. Yeah, Swiftwater second's a little annoying. I generally try and stay alive and just inch space, but if I wasn't able to get that space in main, like if they weren't so passive, their soldier was kind of playing like a bitch, then I would be putting the mini where I put it before, and then upgrading the dispenser, making sure Spy isn't doing whatever, because it's really hard to muscle your way in. There were some other demos that I had which showed me going into side tunnel. I might use that one, I'm not sure, but might poke at it a little bit just to get a better point of view. Because the short end of it is that send the sniper through side tunnel, and then if you're there and you put a wide mini in, then you can defend them decently easily, even against soldiers, as long as the soldier is not passive. So apparently we cap. Beef a couple shots there. I usually do other things at this point, but because we capped and I saw they were already an attic, then I wanted to go and try and see what space I could make. Although they set up pretty quickly, so I don't think that this is going to amount to much, but pretty much on every class, like this isn't just an engineer thing, but if you are playing any class and you see that they're like retreating, that is the best time. Most people die in transitions. That's generally the two things that teams are really bad at, is transitioning and post-tubers, which often are kind of the same skill set. So a couple of their players were actually pretty decent at it. They were pretty fast about where they were going. So I don't think this is going to amount to much, but I always try and capitalize on that because I'm already in the headspace. And the telly's level 3, our combo's ready to go, all that stuff. So this is a very rare instance where I don't mind giving my life at least for a try, like a risk. I'm usually not very risky when it comes to that sort of thing, so. Although, I guess I can't even do anything because I get shot in the air. Usually in transitions you also have a lot more escape routes as well, so. But yeah, that was a bummer. Yeah, the telly's a little further up because of that spot. Yeah, I moved this telly because that's actually a bad telly spot after you've taken second. Ooh, that sniper view is scoped. That spot is usually a little better because happens a lot on a lot of maps, but especially on Swiftwater and Steel are the two biggest offenders. Where your telly is kind of somewhat influences how your team is going to be pushing. If you put, like on Steel, if you put your telly on into lobby, then your team is often going to push lobby. Even if in like reviews they don't want to do that. It's kind of subconscious. And doing that is tough. That's why I make a very conscious effort to move the telly there, because you don't want your team going into warehouse. And even you should not be in warehouse very often. It's a very difficult place to play. If a soldier is playing there, then you're rolled. Unless he beefs, so. Yeah, moving a telly is actually a pretty underrated small thing that you should remember. Yeah, I wanted to pressure that soldier because if he was going for the pack, he's probably hurt. Want him to not be going for our sniper if he's up there. Like, yeah, unfortunately he goes up there. But yeah, pressuring anybody like a soldier or a spy or whatever and making them look at you at least is a really good idea. To give your team space and whatnot. I don't remember dying this often. That's like 3 deaths already. This was a mistake. I don't know what I was doing there. Going in, if I see a mini there, then for some reason I swing wide and take a bit more damage. There's no reason I should be wanting to go warehouse. We do win it because of other reasons, but okay, that's just unfortunate. although their transition isn't very good. As an engineer, you're generally someone that can spot things since other people are trying to like move into different zones. In that situation, you would say something like, "We have to go fast. We have to catch them on the transition," because they haven't left yet. But we don't go fast enough. Giraffe had a problem with that a lot on defense and offense that season. Yeah, I'm trying to inch some space, but it's clear I can't get space, so I'm just trying to play here and wait for my team to try and help a little bit. And if I see Giraffe kind of pushing, then it makes me want to do the same. And I'm able to poke. Swiftwater third. Playing Garage is fine, and you can help your sniper if they're forward and you can do absolutely nothing. But you got to push cart. It's so like, especially if your team is using, you must be on cart. You can set things up and that's great, but you must be on cart. There's so much time. There's so many teams that take so long to push the cart and it fucks them up. You gotta like not allow that to happen. Even that increment a little bit. Like I'm just kiting here and waiting for us to get a bit more space, and the Wrangler helps as well. So, yeah. If they're giving me space, I will use some of it, so, because I know I can heal back up. I'm not trying to die on this point. They played pretty aggressively, so it was a little trickier to make space. Yeah, I didn't think that, like, Sandblast wasn't on fire until after I started shooting, so I just figured that I'm going to go for the target that has the biggest chance of death, and he apparently did. I don't know how. Probably thought he was good enough HP. I don't know. It's underrated to upgrade your teleporters in your game as well, or during downtime, because then you can just place it down as you're going. Level 3 on last is really good for sacking cart 9 manning. Yeah. Another thing that's really good on third is if you are Garage, you don't have to just sit there and wait, because the only thing you're really going to be able to be looking for is a spy or something as flanked in that, but they can't get through that door. So regardless if you're on cart or in Garage, you should be taking as much space on the left side as possible. It's a very powerful place that can allow your flank to do a lot of damage, your sniper to do a lot of damage, and if you take it, then if you're doing an Uber exchange, you can get it all around that bend. You need like, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but you can go like, if the cart's up to about there, then if you guys do if your team does an exchange, then they're not going to be shooting you until you get up to this ramp. So you can definitely get a lot of space if you've taken this ground. Since our cart isn't actually that far, then I'm purely just trying to make space and staying around Fallen for a bit. Although I think we have too many players. This is probably a general team mistake, and there's not much we can really do with that space or abusing it. So, but yeah, this is a good idea if your sniper is around here. If no one's a Garage, you don't need to hold it. So yeah, because of all this space, you see that there's no one that was crossing into that left area, and it funneled their players onto the ramp. Because they don't want to fuck with the rank, because messing with the Wrangler is really annoying. It's a very annoying weapon for a reason. Would we have already won the fight without the Wrangler? Probably. But it helps a lot. This is also, like I'll mention the Rescue Ranger later, this is also one of the only maps that I will always run the Wrangler on offense, or almost always run the Wrangler on offense. It is very powerful on every point, but this point especially is gross because they have to get to cart, and I think in this demo you'll see why. Every class has got to learn how to surf. It wasn't like a planned surf, but if you can react to surfs, like, then you can go back and survive there. It wasn't a perfect surf, but in this situation, I put the mini there because it prevents a lot of angles, like the top right. It prevents the bridge from being covered, it prevents anything over in the at the pack in the corner from pushing too far. At the same time, it'll watch ramp and lower pretty easily, because especially if ODB's right there, then he can spam down. And it's a pretty good defensive play because we don't have a plan. Once we have a plan, then I generally move it up. But if I'm putting a defensive thing up there and then upgrade my dispenser, then we're golden. And because the level 3 Telly's already there, then we don't have to fear losing anybody. So people can take risks. So if anybody is on cart, this is really good. If you see any of your teammates are getting on a cart, like a spy is saying he's going to do it, or a scout is, or a heavy with a fist of steel, then if you put a mini down there, then they're in a shit situation because they have to shoot cart. They cannot shoot as you're building the mini, and it gets extremely annoying. Until it gets into dangerous territory, you're not going to get kills, but it they're kind of like taking little bits of damage and being annoyed with it and whatnot. They start dropping down, which is where they lose quite a bit of ground. The Pyro there kind of just botted a little bit. Surprised the Pyro lives there. Yeah, Wrangler is annoying. But yeah, this is an excellent, excellent point for that. It's also equivalently good on level 3s, but often you will get it spammed out, and having to build it up during a fight, like take that fight for example. If I didn't have minis, if I had a level 3, it would still be building, and that Uber, it's going to fuck it up. I just want to build things fast, and they're not going to focus on it. Because of how quickly it's building, like, yeah, it's just such a gross weapon. You might as well use it. But if it was level 3, then it wouldn't have gotten up as quickly. Our team makes a blunder here. We should have pressured Adam way faster. Like, they're gonna still up even. And we wind up winning because Joe gets on cart, but if you see, like, our heavy, our pyro, everybody's doing that while getting space. If my mini dies, I'm probably getting right to cart if I don't have any more metal, but we need more pressure. Defense is something more notable. Like, on offense, it's just all the little things. If you put the tele entrance there, where you guys saw me put it, then their spy has to go all that way around to find it, and that's not even guaranteeing that they know that that spot is there. And as long as your team knows it, your team has to be aware of what's going on. But if you put it there, then they won't have a problem getting to that from spawn, and it won't die. It could die if the tele exit gets sapped, but if it's in the spiral there, then it's not problematic. I put it at the bottom floor because if it's on the middle floor, then they can take the tele and they can get spammed by all the stickies and whatnot that come in. They can really fuck you up. At least you have a little bit more time otherwise. I do things a little differently now from where that gun is. I usually put it a little farther forward, like out here. But because I'm running the Rescue Ranger, then I'm trying to make sure that my gun stays alive. Like, the point of the Rescue Ranger is to be safe with yourself and the gun. And you want it to stay alive, essentially. Which, on second point, will make it very obvious what's going on. Yeah, our team calls to back out. I'm calling for Marty there to kind of check back and escort me, because you do need someone to escort you if you're transporting something. Unfortunately, the spy saps the dispenser, because generally, if I'm running the Rescue Ranger, I can Ranger the dispenser out as well. Because that's why I put it in that specific angle, so that I can peek main and grab it if they aren't fast enough. Level 3 dispenser on this point is amazing, and that's why. Like, often, if I'm running the... if I'm not running the Rescue Ranger, if I'm running Frontier Justice, I won't actually back out the gun, I'll back out the dispenser while I'm getting escorted. Because not only is the level 3 dispenser amazing, but it's got tons of ammo. I can use it for building a gun pretty much instantly. The downside being, if they rush it just like that, then you're fucked. But you also have the added benefit of being able to leave the gun for a little bit and distracting them a bit. But yeah, there's downsides to everything. So because it's not a level 3 already and was backed out from last, then need to grab metal from lower as well, which is a bit risky. I probably shouldn't do it that often, but I'm just spy checking. I see that there's an Uber there. There's not really much I can do. But my main focus, besides doing some spy checking, is just poking tunnel. The best defense is a good offense. Like, if I do some damage, if you play soldier in Highlander, and you take 50 to 100 damage, you're probably not going to re-peek it. You probably just want to heal and make sure that you're nice and safe. Because there's no, like, if you're going to get severely injured and risk dying just for a little bit of spam on a gun that's being wrangled, then you're throwing. So I like to poke them a bit instead of, like, my gun's at about a little past half HP with a lot of ammo needing to be healed. This is how a lot of engineers wind up struggling on payload defense, because they do stuff like they go for healing the gun when it's already being spammed. You're not helping matters, especially when it's wrangled, you're healing it less. It's especially clear on this point that if you're damaging them, even if they have 4 people shooting it like they did there on cart, then they'll have to back out, and then you can heal as they're backing out to recollect themselves. Still always checking for the spy, of course. And the sniper also dies there because of the splash as well. Yeah, see, with all that, like, look at, like, it makes things way easier. Like, the gun is staying nice and healthy. There's never any danger. Not really. I think I get annoyed because I don't heal the ammo, but once that's why on offense, if you play soldier, by the way, or demo, if you can destroy the dispenser, that was a mistake, then it makes a world of difference. I think I shot myself there. No, I forgot what caused that to happen. Yeah, you should always make sure that you're checking. That was just a mistake on my part for the spy. But yeah, that's why I'm always spamming. I'm also calling for my scout to check the left side often, because if the scout is running, or if the spy is running the enforcer, then he can destroy it pretty easily. So you should be and that's the one downside to it on this map. To that gun spot, is that it becomes absolutely dreadful against the enforcer. I don't know what my plan was there. I think I wanted to, because I'm running the Rescue Ranger solely so that I can bring it up faster. It's really hard to bring it up and have the mini crits on you when you're moving shit. But I guess I do it anyway. Nope. Okay, never mind. I just wanted ammo. Ah, that's why, because I wouldn't be able to see it. I wanted to bring it to lower because we were still safe, and I wanted to shake things up. Because if they're about to push, then that's actually not a bad place to put it. I will never put it there if there's downtime, though, because it should always be up here, if possible. Don't make the mistake I just did, which is to whack at the gun when it's building, because it will not help you. Yeah, the only thing I fear, there we go. The only thing that I'm fearing in this situation is the spy, which I just saw, so. During an Uber, just don't look at Ubers. I don't know why, there's a lot of players that just straight up don't look somewhere else. They get killed by something else, or they get killed by the Uber or whatever, so. Like, you can't kill invincible players, so. Yeah, just continuing the plan. Even if my gun's a bit hurt, stop healing the gun, just shoot the gamers. Also, don't drop down. I occasionally have dropped down accidentally. It's bad. Spy kills are so good on this point, so I don't have to keep doing that over and over again. I see the sniper there. It's good to stop jumping around because he can only see your toes if he's at that angle. It's a pretty common angle. Yeah, that was my mistake. I should have realized if you use peripheral vision, you see that they're coming upper. You're gonna get juggled. Then if nobody's an upper with you, then they're only gonna shoot you. The rest of the points we lose quite quickly, so this isn't really that important. But I believe at this point I can watch after second a little better. Yeah. Maybe? Yeah, so this is, I believe we, no, we don't actually get third, now that I think about it. Yeah, so this wasn't very good either, for third. Teams are generally pretty bad at third. It can be a decent hold, but you should only build level 3. Like, I'm building level 3 here because if we win the fight, then I can put it out and it'll be nice, as if it were downtime. And we're probably going to lose this point, so that's why I'm building level 3 in this situation, because I want to back out into fourth. I want to start the progress, but also have something that's, like, I'm not worthless on third at least. There's a gun watching spawn at least. Most of the time I'm going to run minis, though. The reason for that on third and fourth is that you can be a bit more mobile, because there's a lot of places they can come from, and you need to be watching a bit more instead of the gun's very easily spammable from like lobby and whatnot. That being said, it's not bad. It's just that if it's not downtime, then you don't want to have like a level 1 gun or some shit like that. That's one of the upsides to having one gun close to spawn. Although it's not a huge deal if you're not doing that, so like you can definitely run level 3s mandatorily on this point. I'm probably not going to run the Rescue Ranger at all, let alone on the next points. But I think just because the loadout already had it, that's why I'm still running it at this point. Because it's not terribly useful right now. Not at all, really. It's quite useless. I shouldn't have peeked that, but I did see gamers, so this was like really the only chance. I'd have to back out otherwise, and it doesn't take a long time to spawn, so that's kind of why I was going for like the soldier heavy. Because if anybody else was spamming or the sniper missed or wasn't shooting me, then yeah. So I shouldn't be doing this. I know I'm not going to get a kill. I only see like one of our players in there. Wasn't a good idea. It was just a waste of time. But because I'm running minis anyway, then it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, because I run minis here, then I'm not going to be poking out too much further if we don't get anything good. Man, it's really hard to find logs where shit's actually like fine for every point, because Swiftwater is just so weird about that. Like every other POV is generally decent for other maps, but for Swiftwater it's usually a couple points are decent, and yeah. Because I'm already still alive and Wrangler is Wrangler, then I just stay here, and they're about to push. So like look at how few people we have up. Can I tab? No, I can't. Yeah, I can't. That's bad luck, but I don't know how he lived. Imagine having resistance. I think right now, if that pyro hadn't showed himself, and the sniper as well, I probably would have went and gotten for level 3s. But because I saw them poking, then I wanted to make sure that they were pressured at least. So, but running a level 3, also, I should mention, I put my level 3 in that spot, or like exactly where I am right now, solely because it watches, like, the point of the gun, and this bothers me a lot. The point of the gun isn't to stay alive. It's great to stay alive, like it's wonderful, but its goal isn't to stay alive. That corner one can easily be like the one where I put the dispenser. If it's put there, it doesn't watch very much. It watches close to cart, but it won't even watch all of cart if someone is like cloaking the other side. And Joe was able to get it despite there being a gun alive when we were on offense. So yeah, I don't like that spot, because if it's playing up here, then they have to like if you're a demo over here, if you're a demo on the ramp, you can't even shoot it. Like, you have to get deeper, and you're already getting shot by the gun at this point. You have to either use someone else to shoot it. Makes things way more difficult. So I think that that's a bad gun spot, is to put it there, regardless if you're running minis or level 3s. This way, if you have a level 3 or mini, you can wrangle into that area, and it makes things a lot more annoying. The one downside to it is that you see less of the left side can shut you down pretty easily. A sniper can shoot you if he like corner peeks, like you saw Wild trying to do. That's why I was spamming him. But if you have a level 3 gun, you can spam out the sniper pretty easily. But yeah, that's a contentious point, maybe for some people, but I think that it is terrible to put your gun where that dispenser is right now. I don't want my gun because of this spot, because a soldier or a demo is going to take longer to destroy it. Then I just continually keep it wrangled. What the hell is Hunter doing? Yeah, I'm telling my team to kite towards point at that point. I do remember that call. Like, if I see the soldier there, then I'm calling for them to do that. However, like, a bunch of us were dead, so it's a desperation thing, but, yeah. Running minis, of course. Got to. Pretty good defense so far. Yeah, if my team is kind of in danger, then I probably should have been wrangling, but I need to. Yeah, and if you put your gun in that like little corner, then Marty there is fucked. There's nothing he can do. Like, it's just a really shitty situation in general. Also, none of those people would have been hit or died if that was in the corner as well. So just don't do it. It's terrible. I don't think I get to use any of these. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I will. I don't want to die here, so I am on the dispenser since the cap is not like it's going back. If you're running the Frontier Justice, do not give your life up. Like, engineers just don't value their lives. I don't get it. It's so pointless. Yeah, I don't think I get to use these. I think we just lose a lot of shit. Yeah, I beefed kind of hard there. Jesus. Pistol's also annoying. But I definitely beat those 2 shots. That was very silly. I don't know why I didn't put a mini down. I think it was a blunder. Definitely a blunder. You should always have a mini up if you have the resources. And I have the resources there. How have they not capped yet? I love snipers that go for stupid shots like that. Oh, Michael Ailey wins the game. It's a good play by him. I don't think there's anything more to really show on offense. I think I might have a POV. Let me check. I'll have to make sure. This will be my last one if I do it. I just gotta check for a log that actually has us guarding third. Not this one. Oh, this one looks like it could be. Yeah, this one actually ended after the 3rd point, like in between 3rd and 4th, so let me grab that. April 10th, 2021, this year. I think I rang for MCM. This is where this one comes from. April 10th from this year. Is that the only one? Let me make sure. I guess so. Yeah, this should be the last one. I'll just do... Ooh. I think it had showing me going side tunnel with Waterson a couple times, or like guarding Waterson a bit, because Fallen Lord played differently, so I might just go through this whole thing. Yeah, this should be... This actually... Yeah, I'll just show the entire demo. Mainly because this is me running the Frontier Justice. It's more recent, so it might give more of an accurate point of view of what I would do right now. Because I do things a little bit differently for MM. Should reiterate that teams, you should be doing what your team... Whoops, what am I doing? Okay. There's nothing really important for first point anyway. I killed a spy and a scout, I guess, but yeah, I wasn't keeping that in mind. Yeah, you should play how your team wants you to play. That should be iterated anytime that you're talking about TF2 for engineer, so just mold yourself to the team. And when I said that I often run Wrangler on this map, I think this was the first time that I had played Swiftwater in a while. Because this would be last season when I wasn't maining. But I probably should be running Wrangler. But it's not a bad idea. I believe you actually will see something. There is a reason why the pistol can be really good, and it's why I run pistol often on offense. Yeah. Sort of a wide mini. Not as wide as I'd like it to be. Yeah, I'm just trying to inch that because I don't want this guy to be pushing. Don't want him to think I'm hurt. So I don't run away. If I run away, I'm dead. That's just a rule of TF2. If you're really hurt and you're in a dire situation, don't run away. Unless you think you can get out. But yeah, that would have been... Just take it back. What a meme. Yeah, if it gets... So, we coordinate a sap. I am pistoling because I'm expecting him to do it. Yeah, here he comes. So I grab the pack and I'm ready to spam it. The pistol is really good at spamming sapped guns. Super underrated. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I run pistol on a lot of maps, because it is very powerful. I know that the sniper's staring at cart, but we have the space, so I'm getting as much time as I can. Getting it outside of the point is makes things a lot easier, because if you go for an Uber exchange and it's decent and you maybe kill a player or two, then you can feasibly cap cart while chaos is happening. You want chaos on offense. You want it so bad. Chaos is amazing. I probably shouldn't have peeked that. I think I peeked this side too long, purely because of the sniper. But Waterston said that he wanted to go the side tunnel, but he didn't come. I remember this, so not sure what's going on here. I put this in. Okay, most of the time I put wide minis in. This one's different. If a soldier, if I'm over top, like this is a conscious decision because if I was playing on defense, I would think this way. But if I'm a soldier up above and I know that a sniper and there are some players here, then I'm going to play a bit passive and spam him. Then the sniper will die. Or sorry, not die, but he'll get spammed so that he can't really shoot too much. There's nothing I can do about that. The only real thing I can do is put up a mini where if they push in to kill us, specifically the sniper, then I can at least use that death to trade. That's kind of the gist of things. Because if the scout goes through, then he's going to kill our sniper because he's focused on it, but I can at least get the trade, and defense kills are amazing, no matter who they are. Obviously that's not a great scenario, but that's just how it is, so. That's why the mini's there, because if it's around the corner, then they start getting shot, they don't know where they're getting shot from and shit. Although I wasn't watching for the spy, that was my bad. I definitely was not doing my duty there, so. I realize Rogue isn't going to heal me, and that's why level 3 dispensers are so powerful. I'm just popping down a mini. That wasn't, like, strategic. Just popped one down because I needed to heal. I was going to move it anyway, so. Quick tip on any class. If someone's on fire, just shoot them. Often they'll just be hit by a detonator, especially in today's meta, but every little bit helps. You'll often, it'll often help quite a bit. I was also shooting a soldier earlier that was bleeding. Like, that shit is money to my ears. So I see them backing off pretty quickly. Like, their scout is just super passive. I know I can get time here. Unfortunately, as I'm backing up and thinking... The one thing that, if you're sure that you can live, then it's still not sure, because there's usually a spy there too. Oh, Jared got him. Upgrade your tellies, they're too good. Surprised didn't move the telly. I think it's... Oh wait, no, we haven't kept second yet. That's why. Right. Because I was talking about it earlier, but yeah. Since we don't have second, it's useless. I think we want to play Waterson, so wide angle here. He decides he wants to play side tunnel, I believe, pretty soon. You don't want to die here, so that's why I'm playing at that angle and just watching for something to decloak on him. Although I don't check upper as much, the upper tons. Because spies like love to go there, so I gotta do that more often. Yeah, that's a reason why. Although Waterson has always been pretty like that. Like someone else had called for the spy, and I died like basically the second that someone called it. But that's why he was 19. But Waterson didn't react very quickly because he still had a bit more time. He's pretty known for that. Yeah, don't run away in that situation, even if you're outmatched. It's not worth it. If I didn't look at him and do 50, he's gonna chase me out. I'm dead. Yeah. So I learned from my mistakes here. It's good to be thinking about this in the middle of your game, but that was a mistake I made, and this is my decision to start looking more upper. But because of where Waterson's playing, he's not going to get stabbed unless he just old man reacts here. Put up a mini there to help, but I'm going to go help Waterson inside tunnel since he's there. Putting it at the same baity spot. It's just how it is. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, see, like, the demo takes a bunch of damage here, and he dies. I die there. Bummer. That would have been cool. But yeah, that baity part, like, the demo and Scout were already starting to, like, rethink their decision, and it took them a little bit to kill Waterson. So that's kind of why you put a mini there. Because if I had been forward, I'm dead. There's nothing I could do. I am fucked. We are taking a long time on second. Although, I think because their demo Scout died, and because this Uber's not very good, I think we win. Yeah, we win this. I hate cloak resistance, man. He would not live if that resistance wasn't there. At this point, I'm not sure that we're going to succeed, so because I don't want to die, then I put that up there. You know, that, again, wide minis. Like, that's not close to their spawn. It's not going to be the first thing they shoot. Wide minis are a good support option. I better remember to destroy the telly, because if I leave it... okay, so I get the call that Lily's behind us, so that's why I put the mini there. Despite me being able to put it more forward. I think we just win this point. I'm just going to speed this up. Yeah, Lily stays behind us for quite a while. But as long as I leave that mini there, then... yeah, just get sniped. It's nothing special. Oh yeah, I beefed. I wasn't paying attention, but like I was looking at the slider. But considering Lily did kill her med, then I'm sure I beefed, so... Same thing as normal. I don't actually think I need to cover this. I think that's good enough. So I will just fast forward to the third point on defense, and that's it. Let's try like 80,000. Oh, that was not a good idea. That was too far forward. So yeah, there was definitely some things that I could work on for this one, but this was me also ringing, so I just needed to find something that I felt like had a bunch of points, because we scrimmed Swiftwater a couple times in the preseason, but it was really inconsistent with how our team was playing. So, I guess I'll just run it. I'm not going back again. Yeah, I run minis on this point a lot. Really to move again. Yeah. That was a bad idea. That's just general DM stuff. Like, I should not be going into a chokeway, even if I'm Ubered. It's not worth it. Should just be making sure that we're squared up and have a good post-Uber. Because this is not a good post-Uber position for me to be in. I should be healthy with a mini and back. Because I die quite easily there because of it. That's pretty much, like, Engineer is all about what is that sound? Well, yeah, the better your transitions and whatnot, better your engineer gameplay will be. And just being able to adapt to your team. Even though I'm not running level 3s, then I believe that we want to do, like, kite to lower bunker hold sort of thing. But as long as there's downtime, then I should be putting a mini upper anyway. Because there's nothing that a mini upper won't help with more. I don't know why Evil's there. Although he lives because we don't have anybody upper, of course. Alright, to go for a play. Yeah, I guess this isn't very good for third, but putting the mini there or upper at like pretty much the same position is pretty much the best that you can hope for. And running minis is not bad. Yeah. I knew my team was going in, so I might as well get closer, because I know I can help, at least. But I probably, again, shouldn't have died, because my team definitely would have killed them. It's a little derpy. At this point, because of the downtime, I should have ran level 3s. That's pretty much what I think. Upgrading dispensers is underrated. What is that noise? What on earth? People are outside the window going crazy. Yeah, they do the same thing that Armin does when he played Engineer, that I think is a mistake. Is, don't do what he does. Like, I know that personal preference, Engineer, team, all that stuff, that's a bad idea, is to put all of your shit there. You're not helping your team, you're forcing some of your team members as they take tellies to go into bad positions. Okay. And like, you're not doing anything. You're sacrificing you and your team's lives for bad positioning when this point isn't that difficult to take. It's annoying, but that's a stupid gimmicky play that's only good if your team rolls third. And if a lot of players are going fourth to stuff them so that they can't set up on fourth, then you can't cap third. So like they're not gonna back up to fourth. It's really dumb. It's a really bad idea. Never do it, ever. Straight up, never. If you're on offense, do not try and flank like that. Evil's been farming us. Should probably spy check a bit better. But generally, if there's downtime, then you should be checking behind yourself anyway. I guess I will mention. If you're running minis, then one good thing that you can do that helps a lot is, yeah, during maneuver, exactly. You can, unfortunately, it's probably not going to work out too well, but you can kite to upper really easily. I'm a big fan of doing something like that. Surf right to the back, like a Californian. This is so dorky. Yeah, soldier. That's unfortunate. Nice shot. Nice try. I was saying nice try. He's fucking far away from me. Casper's a bit of a dork. I don't know if I'd want to play on a team with him. That's just because he's naturally kind of shit-talky. I'm not a huge fan of those types of players. I'm going to ignore him, because there are other targets, but Wild just hits all the shots. But yeah, that should be it. Yeah, I hope that wasn't too cringe or long, but yeah.